So, like last time, we'll do the roll call.
Yeah.
We've got Eric on cameras. Eric, say what up. We've got Sam on camera too. What up? And then we've got the usual suspects. And also, Martin is back.
Finally, they paid me my money, man. I was waiting. I'm collecting.
Papers.
I'm collecting.
First thing he did is money.
I bought a
Martin's got that check.
Anyway, please don't back.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, bro, it's just a jacket and a shirt. No, let me tell you, in my line of work, bro, I'm always in t-shirt. I'm always in jeans.
So you thought today?
I felt like I feel so executive right now. I feel like a
Right? Yeah.
he got change.
Man got paid. Yeah, man got paid.
I feel like a man. Not really. I feel like, oh wow, I can look
It's a
dapper
good feeling.
sometimes. I can clean up nice once a while. Come on, once a while.
Looks good. I'm liking the chain and the
Thank
things
you,
that
man.
you-
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Speaking of looking like work,
Yeah.
we're talking about work and talking about fatigue.
Yeah.
And talking about how we get to that place, basically. Because, for instance, I was saying to you guys off camera, I think about two weeks ago. Like I said, I've been here for a year. It's just been non-stop, like go. The last holiday I had was when I arrived as a holiday. So since then I've worked like full on for a year, right? Every single day and night. Because obviously when it comes to business, it's not 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So it was going well, and I actually got to a place the week that what I'm about to describe happened. It was the best week I'd had in terms of business. But it was crazy because that week happened, and I think on a Thursday, the week was about to end on a Thursday, I woke up and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. Like, I ached. I hadn't worked out. I just ached. Like, mentally, my head hurt in the morning. Like, it just seemed like it was a nice day. It just seemed grey. Like, nothing seemed positive. Nothing. But the figures looked like it was positive.
Wow.
So it was only when I was talking to people, because this lasted for 2 days, where I didn't want to see anyone. I wanted to just be in my room. I didn't even want the lights on, just leave me alone. And I was talking to my sister actually, and she was like, "Yo, you're going through burnout." And I was like, "What do you mean burnout?" So I actually had to Google burnout because I never heard of it. Yeah. So it's when like mentally you've just been at a high level of stress for such a long period of time. In my case, a year.
Yeah.
And literally, your body's like, we can't take it anymore. And you get to that place where mentally you can't see the light of anything. And I think what's crazy is because when you're in, especially like in the business world, or as a guy that's got any level of success, the grind seems sexy. Like, the hard work is sexy. Like, So when it gets to the point that you're feeling that, it's hard to admit it as a guy because you're supposed to be doing this grind.
Because sometimes I feel like you feel like if you rest, you're wasting time, and also like you're missing out on money at some point. Because I've been through that situation where I actually even passed out, like literally.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Serious.
it was more. I remember those days. Like I was. It was those days like I would I'll push myself to the very best. I'd landed my first internship, so it was more of proving yourself, so it was such like the positions were so limited, so it was who's the best. So it happened like where I worked 4 days straight, minimal sleep, man. Like if I was doing like 2 hours sleep a day.
Wow.
So you can just imagine. So one day I just
Shut down.
shut down, man. I just passed out and I found myself in the hospital because it happens like that. And us as men, we always have this mentality, you have to grind, you don't stop, you have to grind. And also like if you understand, like success doesn't come easy, and once you make some money you want to see, hey, let me push myself and make some more, let me push myself and make more. And also the society, people look at men as providers, and sometimes it's too much. Especially if you don't take a step back and just relax and refresh your mind. So it really happens, but now the situation is even dire, man, because it's crazy.
It's getting to
From
that.
just being fatigued and wanting time to rest, we find people even killing themselves.
Yeah, which is like a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother level.
And I've been guilty of the same thing. I talked to you a couple of weeks ago. Personally, I had not taken hadn't taken a break for 2 years. 2 years. No, I can't remember time I had taken like 2-3 days off work. So 2 years of constantly working, even on Sundays. So I just it happened that I just snapped. I told you earlier, I just snapped, and I thought to myself, no,
I think you just reach a breaking point where you're like, come on.
Honestly,
and I just packed the bag and I was gone.
Told no one.
Yeah, I just, because if I did not do I did not do that, I would have
Did your lady understand?
Yeah,
So you just saw the guy parking things. Where you go like, oh no, no.
The thing that made me lose control was not work. Like the thing that made that made me lose control wasn't work. It was a relationship. Like so it was a bit different. So it wasn't. So basically, that same feeling you had where everything's grey, I'm tired, I just don't want to do anything, I don't want to see anyone. It was a relationship. And like again, like statistics time. Stats. So like when you look at men's health, right now we're in the highest suicide rates in history, Kenyan history. We've not seen men, young men particularly, between the ages of 17 and 35, kill themselves as often. And we're asking ourselves why, because men are working too hard. There's a lot of toxic masculinity going around. Relationships aren't built on the same dynamics that we were raised to understand. So
pressures.
there's a lot of societal pressures, social media. Anyway.
And
no, it's true.
I was watching an interview just the other day, and there's some point that really caught me, because it was more of, you see, like the current situation right now, we're getting to see women are being more empowered, and then we're seeing more men are getting more depressed. You understand? So there's a mishap. There's something that isn't right there. And I was watching this interview, and it was more of the problem as to why men are, facing mental health is because we look at women empowerment as something negative. You
Toxic
understand?
masculinity.
Like men now are feeling like, oh, women are stepping up, they're taking what's ours, instead of looking at it like, oh, if women get empowered, the society becomes even better, because it's not only one person who's providing in the house, now makes it two. You understand? But now
It lightens the load.
right now, it's more of like, it's a competition right now. It's like, oh, women are stepping up, they're taking what's ours, and men feel like there's no one representing us, and I feel like that's something that needs to be addressed. I think there's a miscommunication that's in between there. That's why we're seeing a lot of cases of suicide and just mental breakdown. And just to look at it, do you guys feel the same way? Like, do you share the same sentiment?
So, I think it's, especially being here, it's so much more prominent, the women versus men, the gap there.
Yeah.
Especially in our generation of the 30s and stuff, right? Well, 30, 30, 30.
You're 30 alone.
You know.
Okay.
So what I've seen here is that in terms of business acumen, in terms of success, drive, and things going on, the balance is crazy here. And I even put a story up on my IG, and I was like, guys, I've noticed this. I was here I've been here a few months, and I'd started to see it, like even when I'm going to social events, even just looking at how girls dress compared to guys here, like the bags they're carrying and stuff. I was like, guys, have you noticed that this is on IG, social media? Guys, have you noticed that there's a massive disconnect? And the responses was just an overwhelming yes, because I did the poll, overwhelming yes. And what I was getting back is that, especially if we're talking about Kenya as a case, I think they were saying that there was so much girl empowerment back when our generation was like now in school, and then the boy child was sort of forgotten about. That was the general sentiment that I got back from that. So I think what's happened is that boy child generation that's been missed. Now when it comes to you're in the real world, we don't have the same acumen as the women. We don't have the same self-worth maybe as the women, because they've been taught this. They've had, like, back to the mentorship thing. They've had a lot more of that. So now we're getting to real life. We have to now fend for ourselves, and then you haven't got the skills. You haven't got the drive. So I think that's when now the mental health and things.
Is it about the drive, or is it about the opportunity? Because for me, I think in most cases, a lot of young guys will approach me or who like DM me, and they're like, hey, I need a job, man. There's nothing. I've tried this and this and that. If I get a job, or I have to pay some amount of money just to even get the application form, you understand? Like it's a tedious process.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's expensive, and I think that's what really making men feel so, I think it's the opportunity, because if you go into a meeting and this was happening out there, like I'm not pointing anything, but most cases that we hear is that when a lady goes for an interview, you understand the sexual favors that comes along, that are brought up. So there are some women who give it up. You understand? There's some women who trade in the favor. But for a dude, you go into a meeting and you're told like, hey, so if I give you this job, the first 6 months I have to take half of your salary.
So I think
Actually,
so that's
that's something
interesting.
that
That's interesting.
someone approached me and
said.
yeah, something that
Wow.
happened to someone. You
Yeah.
understand?
From
Yeah.
what
So
from what I've seen in terms of, I haven't seen the employment side, but in terms of like the women and that being, because that was very much, it's very like back in the day kind of thing, but obviously it's still happening now, like you're saying.
yeah.
But I think the opportunities I'm seeing women taking are more in terms of business
Yeah.
and doing their own thing on their own. Like there's one girl, I don't know, I won't mention her name just in case she doesn't want to be mentioned. She's a very like prominent blogger here, and she works a full-time job, and she's opened up like her own salon.
Damn.
So like she'll do a full-time in the morning. She passes her salon, briefs her staff, bang bang, goes to the office.
Yeah.
Does a full day work at lunchtime. I'm going for lunch. Half her lunch, she
mhm.
goes back to the salon. This is what my sister was telling me. Then she goes back to work. Then does the rest of the work. Then comes back to salon at the end of the day. So I think what I've seen is that like
Grind.
extra grind from girls.
Yeah,
But
there's
it's
the extra
crazy to
effort.
hear that because I'm in the business side.
Yeah.
It's crazy to hear that in the employment. That's
in the
still happening.
employment
Insane,
side,
bro.
in the employment side, I can also tell you.
Really?
I can also tell you the women are crushing it.
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
I'm in the legal profession,
Mm.
and they are challenging
Mm.
men on a whole other level. But
Mm.
I'm not saying this in the sense that they're not taking opportunities that are meant for men,
Mm.
but they're creating their own niche.
Yeah.
They're
Mm.
growing the market.
Mm.
And as a man, I've always felt that, there's that thing that, when a woman is beautiful, the less confident men are always scared to approach her. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
real confident ones are like, there's value here.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Like, if you, as a man, if you're confident in what you're doing and how you bring value to life, to your life.
But Oscar, when you talk of confidence, man,
Confidence, bro.
come on, bro. I
Confidence.
think money plays a major role when it
Listen,
comes
bro,
to
let me
confidence.
tell you.
Money does, man.
I'm about to give you the secret.
You're about to give me game.
Let me
No,
put you up on game, bro.
Like, come on, bro.
Let me put you.
You cannot have empty pockets and then tell me you can walk around here feeling so confident. Like I'm the
Let
man.
me put you up on game, bro. Let me put you up on
Okay,
game.
put me on. Okay.
Like, what's the SI unit of masculinity? To your point, to what you think. Most men think that masculinity's SI unit is money,
Yeah.
power, or wealth,
It's not.
or women.
Can I say sense of security?
I think that embodies
a sense of security, yes. But the thing that you're calling a sense of security is stability. When a man is stable, everything around him prospers. Take for example, that one time when we all broke down.
Yeah.
Like we've all admitted there's a time we all had something
Yeah.
that like broke us.
Yeah.
But that thing, what did we enjoy before we broke down? Absolute stability. Our businesses were prospering.
Yeah.
The people in our lives were happy.
Yeah.
Everything around us was happy. But when we broke down, what happened? Everything just was like grey. I find no pleasure in this. Because inside, I'm not stable. I'm unstable. But you see, women sense that thing for this guy is stable. He's a stable man. He has. Yeah,
Come on,
he has
okay.
kept
I'm
money.
not waiting for you.
There's a consistent
I'm
thing.
waiting for the game. I'm waiting for the game now. Yeah.
Listen, bro. No, listen.
Always good.
I
Listen, guys.
kind of, Karen.
Yeah,
I kind
like,
of.
yeah. You see, like if a chick needs cash, fine. If a chick needs cash, I'm like, I'm sorry, I just don't have it. If all you have to give that woman is money, then she will always come to you simply for money. But if you have something more, like in the sense that, man, I have this problem at work. Like this is a sign for me. This is all what I.
Bro, you will always be a friend. You
think
you have been friend zone any at your boy.
I'm telling you, no, I'm telling you, like there's always two guys in a chick's life. Always two guys. The guy who she calls for her needs, for the financial needs, and then there's the guy who she calls for her emotional needs. If you're the guy who gets the emotional needs, stepping it up to the bed sheets and all that fun stuff is easier than the guy who's paying for everything.
No. That's where I think I disagree with you because listen, this is where
Let's go.
I don't know. You guys.
No.
Listen.
Say your piece. Say your piece.
I think we've gone kind of off topic here, but I have to say this. I have to say this.
Let's go.
This is what I've seen and I've experienced at some point in my life. I remember when I was around 13. Yeah. 13. I was probably in class 8.
Yeah.
So there was this fine girl, bro. Man,
tell
she
me.
was
There's
such a
always that
pang.
girl.
There was
There's
always
always
yeah,
that.
it comes down to that, man. There was this pang thing, and like I was the guy with the game,
Painting.
but there was a homie who used to buy all the cool stuff. You understand?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like and back in the day, man, the cool, like taking a shorty to a proper restaurant, that was a huge thing. You understand? Like a lady would appreciate that more because at your age. And whatever is it that you're doing, but you the guy with the game, you always ended up being just the guy, the shoulder to always lean on when things are bad.
You're
Like,
the
oh my
fun guy
God,
and
I'm like, hey, I'm so stressed, man. So with that, the money aspect, definitely plays a huge role because that guy, he's the one who managed to get the girl. I had game, he had paper.
Yeah,
So
bro, but at the end of the day-
no, I get
Yeah, at the end of the day-
I
really been through some stuff.
I get him, he had
Martin's
paper.
been through some things.
No,
Yeah,
literally,
man,
I was
man,
young,
yeah.
but you see, okay, let me tell
He
you.
doesn't struggle.
I think also at the end of the day is how it's how like where you come from. You know, because for me where I come from, money gives you access to things that if you don't have money you won't. No matter how skilled you are, no matter how good you are, no matter what other qualities that you have, at the end of the day, man, it will come down to money. But going back, and I think money is a reason as to why so many young people, because nowadays I even get DMs, guys are like, yo, I don't want to date.
Yeah, bro.
Guys tell me, I don't want to get into a relationship.
So you see this right here, this Martin situation. That is why we are in so much pressure to really succeed. That's why we are pushing ourselves to the limits and end up breaking down. This
That's
is
what I'm saying, bro.
this is the reason why.
Because,
Do you know-
because society is telling us,
Yeah.
society is telling us that all we have to give as men is
Is money.
value, and I mean is money.
Money,
rather.
yeah.
And there's so much more to being a man than just making money.
Basically,
I don't know.
we've been broken down that
Yeah.
the only thing we can provide is
Yeah.
I would, yeah. I hear what you're saying.
I've ever had a saying that says, it's in Swahili.
Mm.
Okay, I'll quote a song. I don't know if it's like,
What can you say about
it's a saying that says, Nyeri kulia kwa Range Rover, kuliko kucheka kwa boda boda.
it's you'd rather
You rather cry in a Rover,
Oh, yeah,
in
that's
a
a-
Range,
that's a-
rather
yes,
than
you know, yeah,
be
yeah.
happy
Yeah.
on
I
a
think-
bicycle.
I
You
think-
know,
yeah.
like
I think the money thing is an interesting one.
because no matter how you wanna say that,
Mm.
okay, for me, this is how I look at it. We can always sit down and talk about like, hey, there's so much that will solve this issue of men falling to depression and not involve money, because if you don't involve money, then that means you're not empowering this young dude. If you're not empowering this young dude, when will he be able to step up?
But Martin, are you telling this young dude that all he has to give society is money?
No. I'm not saying money. I'm not saying monetary. But I'm saying being
Value.
able where you can provide.
Thank you.
And money, no, listen, yes, that's value, but
I agree with you.
money plays a huge role. The monetary aspect plays a huge role to providing when it comes to access.
what are you
When it comes
providing?
to access, bro, are you?
I'm gonna echo what Oscar said, right? And this is because, and I think I get where you come from because I've seen it, especially in Kenya. Like I've seen money here is a massive.
Only
part of
here,
girls.
or
No,
everywhere.
it's much less back home. Much less, yeah. But personally, my opinion on the whole money and girls and how they, I feel very much like Oscar feels. I feel like money in terms of like a whole the aspect of a relationship, for me, yes, or life, for me, it's a big part. But if I'm gonna have a conversation with a girl, you can pick up that a girl wants money within the first 5 minutes. And as soon as I feel that I'm not interested, because and back to the thing, if we've got these women that we're talking about here that are already doing their thing. I want a girl that's doing her thing already. I don't want a girl that I feel pressure about money, because that means when the money goes, do I go? Like, do you know what I mean? There needs to be much more than money. There needs to be much more than, if we're talking about a long-term relationship. Cool, when you're young, before you're trying to like put a ring on it. Yeah, these fast, whatever, cool. Yeah, they need money. That's fine. You can flex a little bit, have fun. But when you're talking about you're getting into a serious relationship, like if I could never personally see myself with a girl that I know money is like one of the main factors, because money is not you. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's what guys forget. They forget that their money can come, money can go, right? And so when they're getting these pressures, it's because they're looking so short term. And I used to say to my boys back when I was like the 13, that sort of age, I used to say to my guys, like, there's no girl you can't get.
So the first thing I'd like to say is, any woman who assesses a man on the basis of his material wealth is not a woman worth having, because she threatens the one thing that is valuable to any man. And I said, as a unit of masculinity, my stability. If a woman comes in and I can tell this woman is going to break down my empire with her behavior, with what she values, and her value system is not like mine, go away. I don't care if you're flyer than anyone.
Oscar, you getting my point?
Yeah, I got your point.
Are you getting my
I
point?
got your point. That's one.
Yeah,
I just wanted to put it out there for
Okay,
women,
okay.
for the
Oh,
whole
okay, okay,
relationship thing and assessing women. So that's me. Like, I don't care if you're hot as hell. if I touch you and I literally evaporate. just if your value system is geared that way, I'm not interested in hearing a word she has to say because she threatens my stability.
Yeah, I'm loving it at the back.
And my stability.
Sounds lovely.
And my stability is fast.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Then Martin, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Would you date a woman who was earning more than you?
Who was earning more than me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
making
will.
more money.
I will.
You'd
I
be
will.
comfortable.
I will. In a situation where I can hold my end.
She's making more than
yeah, but I'm saying
Okay.
I would date a woman who's making more money than me, but also on my end, I have to be able, like, if this woman walks away today, nothing, my lifestyle won't change.
Okay.
I will not degrade. You understand?
What if you got together, you're holding your end. What if you became unemployed? Would you still be able to be with that girl?
Depends now, because
I've not thought about that. I'm just saying now because I'm thinking now as well.
Yeah, because now you've lost a job,
and you're still
and you're broke,
and you've just got a
she
mortgage
still loves
together.
you, and she's paying, and she's willing to support you.
Yeah.
You stay in that relationship.
Yeah, I will, because you see, like, that's just a bad time, like, things happen.
Yeah.
Money comes, money goes, you understand? Because if that money goes, or let's say if I lose my job, or let's say, like, if you get fired,
Yeah.
you haven't taken the potential that I have to get back to where I was.
Yeah.
There's a model in terms of, it's called a hierarchy of needs. It's
Yeah.
hierarchy of needs, yeah. So that model says, so where the money comes in, these guys are saying, I want money. Cool. What you should want is to be able to fulfill your basic needs first.
Yeah.
Right? And with that, have gratitude. Because no matter how much money you make, if you don't have the gratitude for the money, it's going to be worthless, because you can make all that money and you can still be a statistic that kills himself. There's still guys that are billionaires that kill themselves, and the reason is they miss the fundamental part. They jump because you need. I'm trying to remember if it was 3 years ago. Wow. So it comes with the basic needs like food, all of that. Then it's
That's the
safe.
base.
That's the base. Then there's safety. Those are the basic needs in the pyramid. Then the next one is love. Love in terms of not just like relationship,
yeah.
love in terms
General
of feeling love
relationship,
as a human being,
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
valued, feeling
Okay,
loved, right?
okay.
Then the next one, so it's safety, love, and then the last one is self-actualization.
Yeah. Self-actualization is the highest.
Yeah, and that's when you see people that are successful and they're happy. They've achieved all of those.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you skip some of those steps, no matter how much
Don't
money you
cheat the
make,
hustle.
don't cheat the
That's
hustle.
what I'm saying. Don't cheat
So
the
the
hustle.
guys that are asking you that want to make, how do I get money? How do I make that money? They should be saying, how do I get money to fulfill my needs?
Yeah.
And then grow as a person.
Yeah.
Because like you're saying, if you get that fast money
Yeah.
and you haven't grown as a person, you're never going to reach that self-actualization,
Easy
which
come, easy
ultimately
go.
is happiness.
Yeah. And you won't be able to
Yeah.
maintain it, because one thing that I read from one of the people I really look up to, Kevin Hart, he was like, it's easy to make money.
Yeah.
It's hard to maintain it.
Yeah.
There's a lot in terms of materialism does bring a sense of gratification, but in a strength, the thing I'm trying to tell you, like that, that sense of, like, if I drive this Lambo today, I can buy one tomorrow. I can buy a plane. I can buy an airport. Just that feeling of growth. Yeah, just that, for me, that feeling of, like, materialism is nice, yes, but for me, it's more of, yeah, I'll buy that Lambo, but tomorrow, best believe I have a G6. Like, it's always this need to fulfill. I always need to step it up a bit more.
But
And it's like crazy.
But when does it stop?
Exactly. That's the thing. When will it stop? You'll buy the Lambo.
But now you see the
when
thing.
does it, and you see,
jet,
that's and the conversation has veered off.
What are we going to talk
But
about?
I think-
That's good.
But that's the problem right here. When does it stop? When do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
We just want more.
I'll give you guys an example, man. Like,
we just want. I'll take a. We just want more and more and more and more and more. We don't take time to, like, appreciate it, enjoy
Gratitude.
it, share it with
Others.
Yeah, we just
sense
want
of
it
charity.
all. And
but I think
more of it.
with that, and for me, it always comes down to empowerment, man. Because you see how what you're saying. I'll give you an example. Take a 19-year-old artist from here,
Yeah.
and a 19-year-old. Don't even go far. Go down in SA, right? These two guys are the same age, and but the one in SA is doing way better than the one here. You understand? So the one who's here will look at this artist and be like, oh, he drives a nice car, oh, he lives in a nice house, and all that is being brought because he's made money through what they love, and it boils down now to the system, because here we lack a clear system. Like I was telling you guys off camera, I'm not the best guy. If you ever come to me with a problem, tell me how you're depressed, I'm not the best guy to give you advice, because I'm not even a professional. I don't know how to take you through the process.
Nice.
You understand? We need to create these systems. If you feel depressed, don't reach out to a mentor. Reach out to a professional.
There's no such things here. If you're going through stuff, mjikaze mse.
Kimwanaume, you understand?
And
And
I told you this way back, like therapy.
We had
Men here are you're supposed to endure.
Enjoy,
Yeah.
If you're going through shit,
Bite down.
take it like a man.
take it like a man. No, there's no crying, no talking, take it like a man. And that's the way.
I think we need to start as men then
Yeah.
to make it not okay, because that's okay, generational. We're the new generation.
Yeah.
It needs to start with us being like, bro, how are you? And when they say, yeah, I'm good, but no. How are
Yes.
you?
Yeah, man. The point is, man. You see, men also get vulnerable. Do you understand? And let me tell you something, man. When you see a man breaking down, that's a dude who has endured a lot, man. That's
Before
a
they get to
dude
that point.
before they get to that point, and it's about time where now we drop the ego. You understand? They that go through something, man. I'm gonna call you guys.
Trust me. Trust me.
Back.
Yeah, do it.
Back
Yeah.
to back. You
Yeah,
understand?
man.
and that's the first step, because
Yeah.
actually I was, there's a time I was like I was something just crossed my mind, and I was like, the day we'll start putting the pride of being a Kenyan first.
Yeah.
And being a Kenyan means that the day I'll be looking at, wow, my country is not okay. Like, I need to play my part to make it a better place. Oh, my boy is not okay. Oh, you're not okay, let me help you where I can. You understand? It's the day that we'll start seeing change. Because we are so apart that we forget that even the fact that we are Kenyans. You understand? We are all so messed up with our own problems and everything and our ambitions. We forget the fact that, hey, I'm a Kenyan and you're also a Kenyan, and we see each other so many times. Why, if we can hang out and drink, why can we hang out and talk about issues that are really disturbing us in the inside? You understand? And there's no.
We need to do it.
I think there's no shame in that, and it's something that you have to take it with pride. And that's what I feel like should start. You know, like men need to start speaking up. If you have an issue, man, just
So
usipige short.
Yeah.
Usipige, talk to someone.
Be your brother's keeper, man. That's what,
I think
that's what we should put out.
That's what we take away from this.
After this, text your boy and
Yeah.
just be like, are you okay? When they say yes, be like, no.
Pick up the phone right now
and actually,
and holla at your
are
boy.
you okay? And
Yeah,
actually
okay.
get an answer. Don't get a yes.
Yeah.
Get a if not, why? If yes, why?
Yeah.
I had very supportive friends, and I love them, all of them. They know themselves. But
They're even blowing kisses to you.
Yeah, man.
Friends are loved, eh?
yeah, man, I had a very supportive system, and as men, and I think that comes full circle to what you said about women being perceived or being more successful than men. It's because they have a support system, and for us as men, we need to be each other's support system and to just grow together with that sense of unity as a nation and as people. And I think that's fantastic.
This has been a really long talk,
But it's been
but
substance.
it has been of substance, and we really feel that. I really hope to reach out to someone out there and to help someone. And in case, man, you have anything that you wanna, just let out, you can always drop a comment right there on Man Talk KE, Man Talk KE on YouTube, mantalk.ke on Instagram. Let's start this conversation. Let's be our brother's keeper.
Let's know if it made a difference. If that conversation had made a difference. Let us know.
We take testimonials.